Welcome everyone watching us for this bronze final of the eSailing Nations Cup 2024. It is Japan versus Poland. This is Oscar, your host. And with me this afternoon is Alberto from World Sailing. I'm doing well. I'm excited for this actually because, bronze final. We have the grand final tomorrow. These two teams have been, two of the top performing teams in the competition. Just going to show you the brackets so far. So in the round robin stage, Japan has won 5 out of the 6 matches, so a pretty strong performance from them. And Poland has managed to win 2 of the 6 matches, but still managed to finish at the top of the rankings. Then in the quarterfinals, Japan faced off against Switzerland, winning I believe it was a 7-2.
Yep.
And Poland, meanwhile, has been playing against, it was 8-1 for Japan versus Switzerland, and Poland has played Sweden in the quarterfinals, and that was a 5-4 for Poland, so a tight victory for them. Then going on to the semifinal, each team faced off France for Poland and Italy for Japan. I'll let you explain what happened during these races.
Yeah, even if the result doesn't seem that close, 7-2 and 6-3, was an intensive match where Poland have a lot of opportunity to win the game, but on the last moment France cut up 5 of the 7 games that he won, and he lost that too because Poland in that case was definitely much stronger. So Poland definitely a contestant. Italy versus Japan was different a little bit, but still, as you can see, 6-3 is a really good number for Japan. So we will be seeing a really interesting match today.
Yep, obviously, these two teams didn't manage to pull off going to the grand final, so they'll be fighting for bronze over here. Matchups between these two teams, they have only met each other twice in the past, one in 2023 in the bronze final again. It was exactly the same match that we're going to see this year: Japan versus Poland in bronze and France versus Italy in the ground, and it was a narrow victory for Japan, 5-4. And previously this year in the 2024 round robin stage, Japan versus Poland was Poland kind of being some sort of the kryptonite for Japan, who can be a very strong team and did win against Italy, the champions of the 2023 Nations Cup. So kudos to them for that. 7 seconds to go before the start.
And we see Japan definitely in a better position in this first start, with Japan getting the right part, and Antila, Aquila and Zaimup starting really far behind. But we know a lot of the star. We know there is a lot of opportunity to catch up with this kind of boat, especially with this kind of wind condition. So even if this is a great start for the Japanese team, is definitely not a match close, but Japan at the moment is in the lead with KGR, the captain of the team, one of the 2 captains of the team. The other one is Vegas, and Kanako Miki, the female player that she is performing today in the first 2v2 mixed team race.
Yep.
On the other hand,
and KGR, famous Japanese sailors for the Japanese squad. We've seen them several times in the 2v2 mixed races. Japan, out of the 8 2v2 mixed races that they've sailed so far, have won 5 of them, and they lost against Poland in the round robin stage for this match over here. So we'll see how they bounce back from that. You were going to present the Polish team.
Yeah, on the other hand, I want to say that we have also the opportunity to see Toshiki Kogure, KGR, in the final. He was the bronze this year. And also in the final, we have the opportunity to meet Antila, Aquila, Natalia Priba. And we have, on the other hand, Zaimup, not a new entry, but a newer entry to the Polish team, and let's see how he will perform against KGR, and is starting the match race over there. As you can see, they're really close. and we are waiting for an amazing downwind leg.
Yep, Zimus is very close to the Japanese, so he's going to be the one to be able to slow down at least one of them to allow Attila and Kila to come back in a 2v2 in the team race format. So it's your position equal the points that you bring to the team, and the team points is the addition of all the points of the team members. In the 2v2, basically, if you have the fourth place, you will lose because that's 5 points minimum for your team. And even though you can equal with the opponents if they have 2-3, the fact that you got the first place will mean that you lose the round. So they need to put one of the two Japanese in fourth and keep number 2 and 3 or better if they want to win this one.
And as you can see, Zaimup is trying to slow down KGR to allow Antila Aquila to sail faster, get the first position, and then having a stronger point on the upwind leg. So Zaimup doing an amazing job against KGR. KGR noticed that Natalia is running away, and he is going for a small train over there, where everybody is like covering each other. And at this moment, Poland already went from a 3-4 situation to a 1-3 situation, 1-2 situation. So completely swapped what was the start of the match.
Or maybe they preferred letting the two Japanese go in front in the upwind just to make sure that they could be behind in the downwind and then catch up to them. Both Japanese just forcing onto Zimus over here, putting the penalty on him and slowing down, forcing him into fourth, though he is still very close and can still very well penalize Kanako as he's trying to chase her over here. Yep. Meanwhile, Antila Kila looks like she is going straight forward onto the mark. She might slow down a bit later to see where her teammate is at, and well, just to mention those of us watching us in the chats, Foiled 11, nice to see you over there, and Kovadis, thank you for the follow. Kanako here takes another penalty from Zimus.
Yeah, I believe at the moment the battle is only behind is Zimup against Kanako, and that's it. There is nothing else that we are waiting at the moment. Everything it will be focusing over there with that battle between the third and the fourth. Kanako used to be one of the main member of the female championship, but she missed the 2024 edition, and let's see what she can do this time.
Yep, just recovering from a penalty that Zimus managed to put onto her. We see KGR coming back in to help his teammates. Attila Kila is still not rounding the mark. She's going to wait for her teammate. She's probably going to try to stay in this mark zone to try to do mark trap on the two Japanese coming in after her. But the Polish have bounced back very well versus what they did at the start. Again, I think that might have been part of the strategy, preferring to chase rather than defend. Attila and Kila try to slow down Kanako, misses the first penalty. No penalty on anyone yet, and as I say that, Zimus is going to put the penalty on KGR, slowing him down, and Kanako is going to push Zimus away to allow KGR to still stay within reach. Because after that, it's going to be the last upwind, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
This is amazing team racing here, and we can see a proper skill where Sailor here are demonstrating what is team racing in this game. KGR a little bit too slow. I will have gotten for the first position and do a mark trap after, but yeah, Zimup at the moment he's in trouble, but no, penalty for KGR. And penalty for Zimup.
Exactly. Penalty for KGR, penalty from Zimus. So they are still very close to each other, and they're still going to fight until the end. Attila Kila is still in first place. She is keeping that from her teammates, though if her teammate is in fourth, that would mean nothing, because 2 and 3 is going to beat 1 and 4 in the team racing. If there's a
major mistake from Zimup now. Have you seen it?
Sorry, repeat that. I didn't hear.
Sorry, big mistake from Zymup. He stopped the boat. He did a really, really bad attack. So right now, for until Aquila is much, much difficult to bring him back. He has more than 30 meters of disadvantage. So here is the moment she need to go for a penalty, but she miss.
She misses. She still stays above to try to slow down, but Zimusp is also in the wind shadow behind, so he's going to also be slightly slowed down by them. And you were right with the missed maneuver by Zimusp at the mark that cost him dearly. We saw the 22.3 near the boats. That's the rule number. And basically that means that he was being pushed down by the wind, being faced to wind. The wind is going to be pushing him down in
penalty
the
for
mark.
Kanako right now. So the game changed again. So from Poland against Japan, this is not neck and neck. This is better because we have like 6 or 7 change, not in the lead, not who is going to win, but of the whole thing. And the penalty for Zymup again. So another change here. What is going to happen now?
Penalty for Zimups. They're gonna have to put Team Aquila is gonna have to put a penalty on Kanako over here, and she's gonna have to defend from KGR as well, who's coming back in. Currently 1-3, that's a win for Japan, but they are so bunched up and close to each other. If anyone takes the penalty, it could completely flip the tables.
Amazing
And then
here.
Team Aquila
Kanako
takes
went.
the first place. Penalty on Kanako's penalty on Zimus, but KGR going a bit too much face to wind and is not going to be able to take enough speed to overtake Zimus in penalty. And this first round, what a first round that was. A win for Poland, 1-3, 2-4 for Japan. I think we're going to have a lot of these kind of races throughout this final today.
Guys, if we have all these races like this, would be an amazing bronze final here. We have so many jump between one and the other one. That is insane. So happy to be here with you, Oscar, to commentate this.
Same. Very happy to be seeing that. And we're going to head over to race number 2, which is going to be a 3v3 Ilka. First point goes to Poland. Race number 2 is going to start in just a minute.
Yep. I believe the commentary on this regatta will be really, really intense for us. So I hope you prepare a lot of water. I hope you prepare a lot of tea to calm you down. Because if this is the excitement we will have an amazing morning today here in Europe, and an amazing day wherever you're watching us.
And Amos DP in the chat, hello.
Hi, Amos. We will see you tomorrow, right? Uh, 3v3, Ilka. What you can tell us about the stats?
Well, we'll have a look at the stats as we're going through the race. I first maybe want to go talk about the Ilka boats. The Ilka boat, one of the Olympic classes. Same kind of boat as the Star in the fact that it's a dinghy, and most of the strategy is going to be in the downwind. It has a nasty downwind, not as big of a wind shadow as the Star, but much more nimble and maneuverable than the Star. So we're going to see a much more nervous kind of attacks and plays between the two teams over here.
We are still missing Jakub Podgorny from the Polish team, and when we have him here and joining in, we will go for the race.
Also want to make sure that everyone in the arena has control of their boat as well. Jakub Podgorny reloading the game. He's going to be joining us in just a second. And we'll get back to the racing as soon as he joins.
Yep.
So this next race is going to be delayed slightly more for
Yep.
the Polish player to fix his issues. So we're going to give them just a couple more minutes.
Yep.
do that.
Can you show us the skin of the player at the moment? Because what I want to show that is how amazing is the core of the boat. So we go in detail to explain each single player, tell what we know about them.
Labrick2620, thank you for the follow. Well, not thank you for the follow, but nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're
Yeah.
doing well. Well, over here on your screen, you're going to see the Polish Federation skin for this Polish team in the Nations Cup.
Mhm.
A reskin
We
compared
have-
to last year, with the PGE as a sponsor in there as well.
Yeah. And at the moment, for the Polish team, we have Krzysztof Wariwoda, Vari 79, that is racing for his first race of the day. David Fulmanski and Jakub Podgorny. On the other hand, we have Kazuki from the Fukuoka Sailing Club. We saw him in the final event in Stockholm. We have Yuko. Sorry, one second.
Yep, and all 6 players are in, so I think it's time for us to launch this second
Yep.
race.
Sorry, but my pronunciation will be really bad. But it's Yuko Furukawa, and in the last but not least, Ryoga Iwakura Iwario.
A little zoom here on the Japanese boats. Japanese in blue, Polish in red. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go for the second race in the Ilka.
So after the first match, what we can expect on the statistic for the Ilka one?
Well, in the Ilka, in the round robin stage, it was another win for Poland. Poland in the round robin stage has won the first 3 rounds in the Japanese, giving them quite a fright before the Japanese woke up and won the remaining 4. So it was a 9-12 as final score for the 3v3 Ilka in the round robin stage. Well, in terms of how many times they've won and all of that, Poland has only won once in the whole of the Nations Cup, this 3v3 Ilka, and that was against Japan. So their only win in the 3v3 Ilka was against the Japanese. And for the Japanese, and for the Japanese, well, they've won it 5 out of 8 times. They're average at 8.88 points. You need less than 10 to win, whereas the Polish average at 11.88 points. So Japanese winning 62% of these races, and the Polish only winning 12%.
A bad start for the Japanese because they they were in an amazing position, but a friend fire from Kazuki to Iwario mind this amazing start. Even if Yuko at the moment is in the lead, the second position for Krzysztof Wariwoda, and then third position for Kazuki. But they're all there. Nothing massive is going to nothing has happened, so the teams are really close, and there is a huge opportunity for recover, even if at the moment Japan is in the lead.
Yep. Jorge Cohen here, thank you for the follow on Twitch. And well, we'll see how the Japanese reply to that and how they manage to flip it again. I think we're going to see a lot of changes as we saw in the first race. As I mentioned earlier, the Polish know how to beat the Japanese in the 3v3 Ilka, because this is the only time they won the 3v3 Ilka in the whole of the competition so far. As we see all the boats getting closer to the mark, trying to test each other out. We see a dial down over here from Yuko onto Barry, but misses it. He's going to take the penalty instead.
Yeah, he was too deep on that penalty. and that was costly. He should have just get the right hand side. He just have tack on Libao on Vari and get the position. Vari doing a similar thing, but he's doing it better with so penalty for Yuko. Second penalty in a row for Yuko.
Yeah,
Everything is in the hand of Kazuki now.
Yeah, Yuko is going to be slowed down quite a lot. Kazuki is the only Japanese in front of the two Polish. He's going to reach the mark first. Are we going to see a Kazuki mark trap over here? He does that on the first Polish boat behind him. That was Furmanski D. He does that on the second boat behind him. Podgorny, sorry for the pronunciation.
Go for
Try to slow them
Jacob for
down
that.
a lot. Not enough for his teammates of Vario to take the lead, but did close in the gap between his teammate and the rest of the Polish. He does still need to defend. He manages to stay in front, maybe, of Furmanski. Going to try to reach the mark zone first. He has it. Is he going to be able to do a mark trap? He does, but by doing so, touches the mark. Did he still manage to round the mark correctly? Looks like he did.
Yeah.
But that means that Furmanski and Kazuki are now both in penalties. But Ivario catched up and is not going to focus on Podgorny. He's going to have to defend against Vari behind him.
Mm-hmm. And I believe there is a nice battle between Ivario and at the moment and Vari, but also is starting a battle between Furmanski and Kazuki with penalty to David Furmanski from Kazuki Mimai. The battle still is going on between Vario and Varizoda. So two battle while Yuko is get from the last to the second position, but Furmanski is getting in the last against Ivario.
We're seeing a lot of work put in by the Japanese over here to make sure that these two Polish stay behind him. Meanwhile, Podgorny in front is going to continue sailing to reach the mark. Likely, maybe going to wait a bit at the mark. Because in a 3v3 winning combinations, if you have 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, you're going to win. And if you have 6, you should have 2 and 3. No, you cannot
At the
have 2 and
moment,
3 with 6.
massive change in the lead at the moment, with Poland getting 1, 2, and 3. And let's see if Ivario can change something in the race. But I would say
He's going to
second victory for Poland right now.
He did manage to put the penalty here on Vari, allowing the his two teammates to pass in front of Vari. Meaning the Japanese currently hold a 3-4-5, but that is not enough to win. The Polish still have 1 and 2, which is the winning combo.
There is a really small chance for the Japanese to recover in this race with that 1 and 2. They needed to split. They're doing everything by the book, and they needed to be lucky. No.
Yeah, they're gonna have to somehow overtake Furmanski. I think Podgorny might be a bit too far ahead.
Yep. But by having the upwind leg, having 1 and 2 is definitely really strong position from the Polish team.
Yep, and the shift so far is not gonna help out the Japanese. Everyone is going to stay on starboard tack because you're going to gain a lot more meters by doing that.
Yep. And the left wing shift is coming. So Furmanski is losing a little bit from Iwario, but not that much.
And Vario decided to go over the ley line before tacking. Furmanski is going to stay between the two ley lines. The ley lines are the dotted lines that you see on the water going from the mark. And that is basically the most direct path to the mark with the wind at the mark. But it looks like this is going to be an easy 1-2 for the Polish.
Yeah.
For the second race, meaning that it will be a 2-0 for Poland, and that is so far a repeat of the round robin stage where the Polish have won the 2 first races.
The question is, we will see a change of pace from Japan, or we will see
Well,
Poland.
if you remember correctly in the round robin stage, Japan several times were kind of slow to start gaining points.
Hmm.
They would often lose a couple of races and then wake up and last minute manage to take the victory.
Yeah.
But confirmation of the ranking on your screen over here: 125, sorry, for Poland, 346 for Japan. That is a second victory.
Yeah. So Poland is going to two. I think what we have seen here was after a great start from Japan, not the best start, but a good start from Japan. The penalty early on between Ivario and Kazuki was kind of penalizing for the Japanese. Then dial down not performed well from the Japanese. It was really costly. An amazing dial down from Vari that he's been training a lot in the team racing league. Allow him to have a lot of he improved a lot in the skill on dial down in that case. And after that, the downwind was a masterpiece of tactics by the Japanese. So allow one Polish to go away and like focus on the other two. Was though a mistake through the penalties given, and in that case, we have big issues. So they give 1-2 to the Polish, and after that, the race was finished.
Yep, starting that last leg in the upwind. Well, first
Yeah.
in the upwind is going to give you a slightly easier time than trying to catch up on someone that is above you on the water and can slow you down. So definitely well played by the Polish. Another victory for them, currently 2-0 for Poland. We're going to head over to race number 3.
Yeah. On race number 3, we have. I'm going to start it.
Yep.
We have, as a team, a lot of changes. We saw from the Polish team Podgorny, Jakub, and Krzysztof Varivoda. We introduced for the first time La Jefa Bing Bai. Sorry. And Slidlo, Bartosz Slidlowski, aka Slidlo Finn. On the Japanese team, we have a lot of new entry. KUYC 31471, that is Takuma Mineoka. We have seen already FSC Kazuki. We have Ozuil, that is Ryuzo Watanabe. And we have JPN 985, Kazuki Kumagai.
Yep, as we have 20 seconds to go before they can cross the start line. 4v4 J70. Previously, it was a Polish win, 10-26. In the round robin stage, Japan has won 5 of their 4v4s, just like the Polish. But slight advantage to Poland for winning against Japan in the previous race, and averaging at 50 points, where the Japanese averaged at 16.50. And I see a lot of penalties. I saw a false start and then 3 penalties on the Polish as well. So I would say a better start from the Japanese.
I see if Krzysztof Vari 79 is not doing a miracle here. The game is really in favor of Japan because 2 false start and a penalty on the start. Definitely, this one are a major game changer. But we saw miracle from Krzysztof, and let's see if he can pull another one out.
Yep. Jorge Cohen is here. I see a question mark in the chat. If you have a question, do not hesitate to ask. But it's going to be hard to reply if I don't have the rest of the question.
At the moment is 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Japanese.
Yep.
JPN 985 focusing on slowing down Vari, allowing the other 3 players to go fast. And let's see how they will how will do the race. Probably now KUYC should do the same on Vari, and JPN 985 should do the same on La Jefa. But because even La Jefa is catching up with the rest of the fleet. But I believe if the winds stay like this, if there is no major wind shifts, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4 Japan. If KUAC is performing a well-marked trap, there is I would say this one will be definitely the first point for Japan.
Yep. Well, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be very hard for the Polish, as you say. KUYC is going to double tack to try to reach this mark zone first, and then try to do this mark trap on the remaining Polish players, just to give more breathing space to his teammates, who can rush towards the next mark, and putting the penalty here successfully on Vari and staying above the rest of the Polish to try to put a bit of wind shadow, slowing them a bit more.
Kite
Though
up
he is
also
going to
for
have
him.
to defend against the other two Polish.
Slydolfin is doing what is the only things he could do is try to allow Vari to run away and let him catch somebody. KUYC understood that and that's why he's going to chase him. He doesn't want to give anything to the Polish.
Yep,
So
it's
well
just
done.
about defending now.
Yeah, well done to Takuma Mineoka, KUYC 31471, for the amazing mark trap and allowing his teammates to fly away, having more than 50 meters of advantage.
Yep.
On the next one, that is Christoph Varivoda.
Yep. Well, in the 4v4, obviously the 1, 2, 3 is a winning combination no matter what, even if KUYC finishes in 8th.
Yep.
But if the Polish do manage to catch one of the remaining Japanese, and they manage to push 2 of them in number 7 and 8, that's going to be a win for Poland. So it's still not over. Is Vari going to be able to catch one of the Japanese? He is getting closer. Watch out just not to be slowed down by your own teammates. Scheidler Finn.
Yeah, it's really a critical position at the moment from the Polish, but yeah. Our coach, the one word that he always said to us was never start early. Take a penalty, but never start early. You do not need to push it that much. You can change it a lot, and start early is definitely is really a bad thing in team race, and will not allow you to recover in any chance.
Well, the reason for that in team racing, finishing first or fast isn't necessarily the way to go. You have to finish before your opponents. And finishing before your opponents could just mean slowing them down and making sure that you defend your teammates. By taking this false start, you're going to be slowed down by 10 seconds, which is going to create a bigger gap than if you just start 1 second later, for example.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no magic happened for the Polish to be able to catch up the top 3. They're still chasing, but we're now heading into the upwind with the Japan putting this curtain of wind shadow in the middle of the racing area, and well, the Polish are going to have to hope something goes into their favor. They're going to split. La Chibe is going to stay on port tack. We're going to see very up there on starboard, going all the way towards the left over there, hoping for a favorable shift.
In Italy, we have many ways to call this maneuver, but this is the maneuver by the book. You try this solution to allow any wind shift to allow you to gain as much as possible. And the Japanese are doing exactly the same by the book, staying in the middle. So when your opponent are attacking you from the two opposite sides, you need to stay in the middle to minimize the gain that they're getting it. Amazing things from Japanese, amazing thing from the Polish. Only the bad start from the Polish was the game changer here, because the tactic and the strategy are flawless here.
Yep. Well, we're just gonna have to wait for them to cross the finish line because well, things can change. We did see that in the round robin stage for from the Japanese, who could have won one of the races at some point. I forgot against who it was, and one of the players unfortunately did an wrong attack and got stuck face to win just on the finish line without being able to cross it, and the rest of the opponents managed to cross just before him, and they lost because of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, not hoping that this happens again, but you never know until the line is crossed. Though it does look like an easy sailing for them. They just need to hold their heading, and it's all good. 1-2-3 for Japan. This is going to be the first win for the Japanese. This is their answer against Poland, who was leading 2-0 so far.
And to be honest, I'm happy that this is happening, because this is making super spicy for us. As you know, the recap for this race is not intense. Really bad start from the Polish, with two people in on-course side on OTS starting early, and one with a penalty. So that one was definitely something that is not allowing you to have can do any tactic or any strategy to defend, to attack. Was not decided at the beginning. They tried their best, but the odds were not in their favor.
Well, it was a 1-2-3-8 for Japan, 4-5-6-7 for Poland. 1-2 in the overall standings. That was 14 points for Japan versus 22 for Poland. Their first point on the board, which is a change compared to the round robin stage. So just a reminder, in the round robin stage, Poland has won the first 3 races and Japan the remaining 4.
Yeah, but here we have 9.
Here we have 9 races, so 2 more opportunities for them to score points. And we're going to head over to the 5v5 offshore racer.
Yep. I'm going to introduce the new member of the team from Japan. We have Captain Natsuki Matsura, Vegas. And we have Eima Yamazaki. Eima. We already met Oddswheel, that is Ryuzo Watanabe, and KGR Toshiki Kogure, and Iwario, that is Ryoga Yawakura. I believe it's time for the start, right?
It is time for the start. .5v5 offshore racer. What can we say about the offshore racer?
Oh, the offshore racer is my favorite boat, to be honest. So I can tell you everything. So they have the big plus, or they have something different from the other boat, that is a fixed bowsprit you can see in the front of the boat. And you have a highly maneuverability. If you laugh up, the boat will not slow down as much as the Star and the Laser. So you have more opportunity to go different angle rather than the best VMG. With a low wind speed that we should have today in this race, the downwind cover is massive, so allow you to change a lot. And here we are watching the amazing Japanese and Polish boats side by side, ready for the start. We have 10-15 seconds to go. And at the moment, it's difficult to say who is going to win, because Polish have a couple of good positions, but also Japanese has. And the 3 penalty at the moment. 2 for Polish, 1 for Japan. Japan already recovered, so I would say tied up, but slightly advantage for Japan.
Yeah, we do see a couple of Polish, according to the ranking on the left of your screen, at the top of the fleet. 5v5 is a bit unconventional in the team racing, where you would usually do 3v3, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4s. You'd rarely go to 5v5, and we'll have a very unconventional race after that. But we did see Tim Janik over here maybe hesitating between tacking or staying, slowing down a bit by going ahead to win. Before deciding to tack later on. It is Ivario, well, KGR, Ozil, Ivario, Vegas, Ema in the lead according to the ranking. Penalty over there on Andrew 1 by the Japanese around him, as Ozil looks like the one who's going to be reaching the, well, no, it's actually going to be KGR reaching the mark first.
But it's a 1-2-3 at the moment for the Japanese, with Iwario in third position, but Iwario risking a penalty here. But penalty for Andrew because he moved the rudder too much. It do not allow Iwario to keep himself out. And I believe the 1-2-3 here is a really good position for the Japanese, because you win with 1-2-5. But at the moment, Furmanski is attacking Ivario. He has the help of Korba, while the other one are fighting against Vegas and Neymar to put them in the last two positions. Remember, the winning combo is 1-2-5, so 1-2-5 is winning even if you have 9 and 10. So that's why Furmanski and Korba are there to attack Ivario and try to give him the last position.
Yep. La brique 26-20, ils se battent pour gagner, which translates to they're fighting to win. And indeed they are. This is the team racing, so you will see a lot more penalties and a lot more aggressive maneuvers than you would usually see in fleet racing, because these are allowed in team race. And well, they're fighting for bronze today. We're going to see the grand final tomorrow at 8 p.m. UTC. I actually didn't talk about the stats. In the 5v5 offshore racer between these two teams, it was a win for Japan in the round robin stage, 20 points to 35. Japan have won 6 out of their 8 races in the 5v5, where Poland has won 4 out of the 8. Japan averaging at 23 points, Poland averaging at 27 points, so it is a slight advantage to Japan in terms of the stats.
Yeah, and as you can see at the moment, Ivario is losing a couple of positions. One position for sure. Let's see if he's losing 2. At the moment, though, Furmanski is going the same speed and Korba is going all the same speed, because Vegas is over there covering everybody. And let's see if Furmanski can break the overlap over there. And it seems Furmanski has the lead. So 1-2 penalty for Vegas. This is an important one.
Yeah, penalty for Vegas as the
it,
Polish are creating a wall at the mark, but there was a friendly fire, I believe, between Korba and Andrew.
Yeah, but it's fine. Lahefa is
yeah.
coming. He's a team Yannick. He doesn't have to focus too much on Ema, and he need to go fast to the mark, because he need to put he has to put Vegas in 8th position, and Lahefa and Korba are doing an amazing job to do that. But nothing happen if Furmanski is not giving a penalty here and slow down one of the 3 in the lead.
Well, he is going to tack over to try to meet Ozil, who tacks as well. Double tack for Furmanski, but that was risky and he pays for it. That is a penalty on Furmanski by the Japanese KGR. But the Japanese defending their 1-2-3 spots. Watch out for friendly fire between the crossover here with Furmanski and Korba. It's going to be hard to overtake. We're going to see Ozil over here tacking, try to reach the finish line.
And it's a 1-2-3.
And it does look like a 1-2-3 for the Japanese, 4-5-6-7 for the Polish.
Yeah.
And then it's between Vegas, Ema, and Temjanik. Will Temjanik be able to overtake Ema at the line or not? It is going to be close. Vegas slow downs, try to put a penalty on here, doesn't need to. Ema crosses the finish line, Vegas does as well, and Temjanik in 10th. Confirmation of the score on your screen, 1, 2, and 3, 8, 9 for the Japanese, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 for the Polish.
Definitely a win for the Japanese. Well done, tidying up the result to 2v2. amazing maneuver from KGR, really, really risky over there. Great start again from the Japanese.
Yep.
Yeah, and really, really well maintained. Needed to Polish lost it. Didn't lost it at the start, but they didn't start in a really well way. So that was a difficult way to conduct all the race. They tried to catch up. They did an amazing job, but the last penalty from KGR was the last nail in the coffin.
Gato, hi all, ciao Alberto, ciao Oscar. Nice to see you there, Gato. Hope you're doing well.
Ciao Gato!
Well, talk about unconventional team racing over here. We had the 5v5 offshore racer, and we're going to switch over to the 9v9 49ers. So that's something that you will never see in real life.
Yeah.
But we are eSailing, so we can do it.
Exactly. And we can do whatever we want. Now, this is our creature for this year. This is the first time we see a 9v9. Before it was a 10v10. I believe changing it just a little bit to allow not having the same exactly tactic as before. 49er is a fast boat, is a difficult boat, and this kind of race is the kind of race that you want to say it, you do not want to commentate on that, because it's so difficult to stay on top of all the other. Let's go for the race.
Yep.
Seems everybody's in.
Oh wait, maybe you had a disconnect. I see 17.
Who disconnect? Okay.
So we're gonna have to count, see who between Japan and Poland is missing player.
Yeah.
But as soon as they join, we will give the start. 9v9 49er. Well, the 9v9 is going to play a maybe slightly closer to what we see in fleet racing, because it's going to be very hard to calculate the winning combinations or losing combinations. So players are likely gonna just sail their own race and just be careful on who they see next to them. If they see a teammate, help them out. If they see an opponent, penalize them. And in the long run, that will eventually pay off. As start procedure, well, start signal has been given. It's going to be 1 minute and 10 seconds before they can cross the start line.
Okie dokie. Just to let you know, we have almost all a lot of people now that are in the game. So we have Korma, David Furmaski, Krzyzek. Krzyzek, I do not remember him, but we have Dalfrom. We have Antil Aquila, and La Jefa, the two female player. So while Poland have more entries, we have one that is out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 9 versus 8. Yuko looks like was not in control of the boat. Don't know if that was a disconnect after the start procedure, or if that was before.
I am not sure about that.
It is a go right now between the two teams. And well, Poland is going to have, Japan is going to have to play slightly better than before if they want to have a better chance of winning, because they're going to have this guaranteed 18th place with Yuko.
And at the moment, it's hard to say, because it seems that Poland is slightly in an advantage, but not that much at the moment. They have 6 in the top 10, other than 4 of the Japanese. because they have Kazuki, KUIC, Ozwil, and JPN 985 against Andrew Furmansky, Dalfrom, Timianic, Korba, and Krysiak. So at the moment, I would say advantage Poland. But even like this is not really well written. There is a massive, there is a right wing shift coming. We need to remember that the mark are different now. They need to round it from the right hand side to the left. So
That was what I was about to
counterclockwise.
say, indeed. Change of
Yeah.
course, up, wind, downwind this time, and not going to be the N shape. It's going to be an LA2. 99.49, if we compare previously, it's going to be a big advantage for Japan according to the stats. They have won against Poland in the round robin stage, 67 to 104. They have won 5 out of their 8 matches in the 9v9 whereas Poland has only won once.
Wow.
So Japan averaging at 77.63 points, Poland averaging at 93.75. You need 85 or less to win. Japan with a win rate of 62.5%. Poland only 12.5%.
As I can see, a lot of penalty in the lead. We have Furmansky with a penalty. We have JPN 95. We have KUIC. Seems that is narrowed down at the moment, 5-5. The team with 16 and 17 for Poland and 18, remember, for Japan. So this is tougher. They start Polish start better, but they lost a little bit of the moment, and right now is kind of tied up. What do you think?
I'm still going to give the edge to Poland. I do have the impression of seeing more reds at the front and more blues in the middle and at the back. So I would give the advantage to Poland for now. Again, it's a 9v9 49er. It's a fast boat with a big fleet, so things can change quite quickly.
Yep. There is a battle in the middle between JPN 95 and Andrew. JPN 95 now moving to Dalfrom in the lead. The position are like fixed, the top 3. But here, penalty for JPN 95 from Andrew. And this is going to cost a little bit because it cost him like 3 position. Let's see if any more penalty. Penalty for KUIC and AIMA. All the penalties in doing this downwind mark are for Japan. So the lead from Poland is definitely increased. Another penalty for Ivario. And Team Yannick also.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a lot of penalties, more on the Japanese side than we see on the Polish side. So maybe slightly more aggressive Poland team than the Japanese team.
Yep.
And it's starting maybe to show a bit, and that's to say that we have another shift completely. So I'm gonna shut up and not jinx anything. But it's still quite close.
No, at the moment, even if it's quite close, during this downwind, the Polish gained a lot. They have now 6 in the top 10, and the Japanese have only
4
4.
in the top 10.
But it's changing so much because there's a massive left wing shift coming. Penalty for Zimup from Kazuki.
Yeah.
Kazuki is trying his best to stop the rest, the top fleet, so allow Ozwil to come back and get some better position. Ozwil is doing the same. They do not want to lose this one. They want the previous one, and they are fighting with all they have. Let's see if Kazuki doing a mark trap in a 9v9, not in a successful way, to be honest.
Unfortunately, missed Furmansky.
Yeah, let's see if Ozwil can do better.
No, Ozwil is not doing a mark trap. We do see Andrew 1 with a penalty behind and allowing Japan 985 to pass in front. Maybe Kanako can gain a few meters on Andrew as well.
If she can laugh and give him a penalty too, there will be a debacle for Andrew.
As Ozwil and Japan 985 are entering the mark, watch out for friendly fire. Penalty on Krysiak, penalty on MKZ Dalfrombok. And then a penalty on Ozwil, who might have queued a bit more than he could manage over here. Overshooting
To be
slightly,
honest,
and that's going to allow Antila Kila to come rushing towards Japan Knight 5, putting all the wind shadow on him.
oh, penalty on Iwario here. Try to give a penalty to Andrew. I believe still a good one for the Polish, but I believe around 10-15 points. No, I believe a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a win for Poland if we keep it like this, unless there's a massive switch between this middle section, where we see a lot of red, and the back section, where we're going to see more blues.
Yeah. 30, 60.
As we get
It
closer
will
to
be
the
like
finish line.
Yeah, it will be like 73-ish.
Couple more penalties here and there as they cross the finish line. I do still think it's a Polish win, but we'll get the confirmation with the score on your screen over here. It is 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, and 17 for the Polish.
Yeah, I would say
Remaining for
like
the Japanese.
65 and 95, something like that.
65.95 is the prediction from Alberto. He's usually quite accurate in the prediction in the 99.
Yeah, the start, the disconnection from Yuko was not a massive game changer. I mean, even if he finished first, the result would not have changed. But definitely was mentally disrupting this kind of situation, and it will impact on the mental of all the team. And this one is 3-2 for Poland. So
yep, 3-2 for Poland, bouncing back after the 2 wins of the Japanese. It is 70 points for Poland, 101 for Japan. And we're going to head over to the 3v3 mixed J70 race.
Yeah. Sorry? 70 and 101. Yeah, I do not remember how to do the calculus anymore. I said 65, I was sure about that one. It was 70. I was
it
like...
was 70 indeed. There was a couple of penalties and switches at the end, so maybe that's what changed.
Come on, from 65 to 70, it was not that bad.
Yeah. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it. Okay.
All 6 players in. Just want to make sure. No, 1 left. Want to make sure that everyone is in control of their boat.
Yep. And there is the doubt from Kanako. So yeah, exactly one disconnect.
Yeah.
So the team will be Bartosz Sledlowski, Jim Up, that is Simon. I put it in the other file. And we have Antila Aquila, Natalia Priba. On the other hand, we have Kanako Miki, Kazuki Miae, and Yuko Furukawa. Seems everybody's in. Let's see if Yuko
we have
can maneuver.
We had the captain typing in the chat. Just want to make sure that they send the message and everything is cool. Although we do see all 6 boats in control.
Yep. Waiting for an answer from the captain, and then let's go. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's give it a go.
Okay. So J70 3v3 mixed. As you can see, there is both female player here, Antila Aquila and Kanako Miki, ready to race.
And well, let's have a look at what happened previously in the 3v3 mixed. It was a Japanese win, 9 points to 12. Japan winning 6 out of their 8 3v3 mixed races. Poland winning 3 out of their 8 3v3 races. Japan averaging at 9.13 points, and Poland averaging at 38 points. Sorry, you need 10.5 points or less to win, so both teams in average win. Will have enough points to win the round, and the Japanese have, however, won 75% of their 3v3 mixed races, while Poland have only won 37.5% of their 3v3 races.
I would say good start from Poland here. And at the moment, the Japanese are stuck on the left-hand side covered. But at the moment, Yuko is blocking everybody. So Antila Aquila, if she want to pass, she to pass behind. There is a massive right wing shift coming up. And Yuko at the moment is blocking both Zlajdlo Bartosz as Zlajdlo Finn and Shimon Zimups. So at the moment, when he allow his teammate to get all the right wing shift, now he's able to attack, and because he want to keep his position. And at the moment, from a really amazing start from Poland, Japanese already did the first comeback in this 3v3 mix in J70.
Yep, and we're switching back to the end shape. So no longer LA2, back to the end shape. That means that this first mark, you're going to be rounding it, leaving it on starboard. Yuko's still in the lead, so he's going to have to do a penalty, mark trap, sorry, or something to allow Kanako and Kazuki.
Yeah, but it's
Though
difficult
Kazuki
because
is
there
well
is
placed as
a
well.
massive,
Yeah.
there's a massive left wing shift coming. So Natalia and Zlajdowski are going a little bit to gain a little bit more, and Yuko needed to make sure that he can cross in front of Jaimups. So at the moment is a tricky situation for Yuko. Let's see if he can cross in front, but if he cross in front, he has to do the mark trap on the other mark because he will be port board. And but he decided to keep, and probably his teammate says, "Okay, let's go fast." Penalty
Yeah,
for Kazuki hit the mark.
Yeah, Kazuki, that's unfortunate penalty from him touching the mark. And we also see Kanako struggling to round the mark, probably took out the speed a tad too early.
Actually, is a position for the spinnaker if you have wind, but there is a patch of no wind over there. As you can see, Yuko now is flying down, is going down fast. If he can keep the first position and the Japanese can put, the other two can put Slide Lofin in the last, is a victory for Japan. So that's why it is worth trying to keep the first position and not helping your teammates to gain a little bit. Amazing as open up from the Japanese. Kaneko, though, she is trying to catch a puff, and let's see if that puff is going to help her a lot or not, because the rest of the fleet is following one puff that is not going to stay, rather than Kanako is going to the mark. Look at her going 6.8, while they're going same speed, but she's going directly to the mark. She's trying to be inside that puff while the other one are chasing. She's going now 8 knots. These teammates are going 6.7, 7 knots. She's going 2 knots faster. Amazing choice here for the female player. Let's see if how much this one can pay.
Well, if the Japanese want to win, they're going to have to take that 1 and 2 position or 1 and 3 position. Because the 1-2 combo is the winning combo from the Poland over here. So Yuko is still in the fights between Zimus and Attila and Kila. Kazuki is not far behind.
Yeah, but
And,
Kanako is going at 9
and
knots.
Kanako is going very fast over there. Let's have a look at her. Yep, going at 9.5 knots over here, taking the wind pressure. And I think that was a good call by the Japanese.
And maybe she's going too far. But amazing job from Yuko and Kazuki trying to stop the Antilla Aquila so Kanako can get in the lead.
And she's slowly gonna start gaining places over here. We saw her going from 6th to 4th now. Likely gonna take 3rd as well. Maybe even 2nd
no,
and 1st.
she's going to round first.
Yeah.
She's going to round first. 11 knots for Kanako.
The rest were going at 6 knots, so big difference over here. Is she gonna wait? She is not. She's gonna continue on into this reaching leg.
Yeah.
As the rest of the players are rounding the mark currently, and it is not looking good for the Japanese. 2 penalties, one on Yuko, one on Kazuki, meaning that the Polish now have 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but there is also a penalty for Bartosz. Bartosz penalty.
Yep. So the Japanese are going to push him into 6th, and if they want to win, that's how they should do it, because Poland no longer has the 1st place. So if they have 6th position, it is lose for them.
Kanako need to keep the 1st position at the moment.
Yep. And well, the Polish
and penalty for Slido again.
Well, they need to make sure, and Shiloh taking out the speed momentarily over here. Probably a mistap or something. And the Polish have split, so Kanako decided to stay with Antilla Aquila, and Zimus was going to cover Kazuki and Yuko. Sorry. Kanako still
Kazuki
above
should be going tough
on
Slido.
Well, Antilla Aquila decided to take out her speed. I believe she maybe wanted to do a dial down, then decided not to, or the speed wasn't going to allow her to do what she wanted to do, and she's now going to cross paths with Yuko. Yuko having the priority with the starboard, so she's going to have to tack over him.
If I am the Japanese, I would create a wall in front of Slidlo and leave him there with Kanako in the lead.
Well, having pushed 2 of the Polish in 5 and 6 was good, but as I said that...
Look at the massive left wing shift that's happened. At the moment, looking better for the Polish, but even if it's tough now. Everything can happen because at the moment, Japan went for the 1st. But
well, they weren't in the strongest position, so guaranteeing that 1st place was likely a good move. And then hoping that the Polish do worse after that. We see Zimus putting the penalty here on Yuko. And Yuko is just going to tank that penalty, and Antilla Aquila is going to try to block Kazuki. Kazuki tanking that penalty as well, but still managing to cross the finish line. Then Shiloh is going to cross in 6th, meaning that we have 1, 3, 5 for Japan, 2, 4, 6 for Poland.
Yeah, amazing. So we have really a nice comeback from Japan. An amazing maneuver done by Kanako and the team that suggested her to fly away on that path and where nobody's went. And that was the game changer of the race. Poland started in an amazing way, had the lead with Kazuki in the 1st position, but after that there were only a Polish player, and they get the 1st position, they kill Kazuki, but Kanako from the last went all the way to the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the racing area, get that path, flying 11, 12 knots while their teammates are going at 6. And during the last upwind, amazingly done by Yuko and Kazuki to stop Slidlo. The 11 I thought was a friendly fire from Slidlo. We need to rewatch that one because it was a really intricate part, but Now we are 3-3. Japan versus Poland. Bronze final for the Nations Cup 2024.
Yep, heading over at the 4v4 F50. I wanted to say that this strategy of going on the right to try to catch that wind in that downwind that Kanako did is something that we saw the Italians do on the Japanese during the semifinals.
Yeah.
And the Japanese losing that race, so they probably learned from that.
Learn from problems, from mistakes.
Exactly, and that's how you progress. That's how you get better. And it is still a very tight match between these two teams. 3-all. Head over to the 3v3 F50. This is going to be a 4v4 F50. That's going to be a very fast race. We're changing the course as well, so it's no longer going to be N shape. It's not going to be LA2 either. It's going to be a reaching start, then upwind, downwind, with gates on each side, and then a reaching finish on port. The normal F50 GP race. And well, if you don't know the F50, it's one of the fastest boats, sailing boats.
Yep.
That exists with foiling boat, foiling catamaran. We see 8 cars in. I want to make sure everyone is in control. Well, yeah, everyone is in. I want to make sure everyone is in control. We do see one boat far over there.
JPN, right?
And another blue boat as well.
So we have KGR and KUYC, but they're both coming back. And everybody else, should be fine. So whenever you want, I give the start.
You can give the start.
So for today, we have 2 captains from the Japanese, Vegas and KGR. We have JPN 985, and we have KUYC. So Takuma KUYC and Vegas, I believe we didn't say it's Natsuki Matsura. Toshiki Kogure KGR and JPN 985 Kazuki Kumagai. For the Japanese, for the Polish, we have Bartosz Żlajdlofin, Krzysztof Varivoda, Vari79, Jan Team. Sorry, that one is kind of difficult for me. Jan Tajmowski, Team Janek, and we have Chris Yep. 27 seconds. We have the first reaching start, right, of the day.
Yep.
Do you want to explain better and then go for the stats?
First reaching start, meaning so reaching leg means that the wind is going to come from the side, from the right side in this scenario. And in this course, well, it is very important, or it is a lot easier if you manage to take that first reaching leg well to round that first mark first and reach the gate after that first as well. That's going to put you in a much more comfortable position. We see a very good start by the Polish over here.
Yeah, really, really impressive. A penalty from JPN 95 that hit the stern of the Polish boat in front of him, but the rest is almost all Polish boat in front, with the only exception that is KUYC.
Yep, and previously in the 4v4 F50 between these two teams, there was a Japanese win, 13 points to 23. Japan has won 6 out of their 8 through 4v4 F50s. Poland has only won 2 out of their 8. Japan averaging at 16 points, where you only need 18. Poland averaging at 20.75, so that is a 75% win rate in the 4v4 F50 versus a 25% win rate for the Polish.
So definitely
a
this start is going to tell us that even if the Polish are not the advantage one, right, and the Japanese can come back.
Yep. Statistically, Japan has a strong advantage, but as we're seeing on the race over here, Poland is in the better spot, putting the penalty here on KUYC 31471 from Very. Krzyzek still sailing in first.
And having also Team Janek and Vari just beside is definitely a good point for the Polish, with Bartosz there ready to give make havoc over there. Probably looking forward to give a penalty to Vegas. He is in his track. If he hit him, is a penalty for Vegas. Let's see what's going to happen. Vegas is slightly faster, So he avoid any of the penalty, but he's still 1, 2, 3 Poland.
Yeah,
And,
surrounded by Polish boats over here. He can maybe put the penalty on one of them if the Polish aren't too aggressive. He's going to have support from his teammate KGR crossing behind him. Japan 95 on the side over there.
Nice maneuver from Team Yannick that decided to slow down a little bit the boat. And so he stopped any attack from Vegas, and penalty for Vegas.
Penalty for Shidlo Finn as well as Vegas put the penalty just before taking the penalty himself. I see a lot of penalty over here. Tim Yannick also taking a penalty 18 as he was running the mark with Vegas right next to him. And we have a shift 1 and 2 still for Poland, but it's 3, 4, 5 now for Japan. And if the Japanese can push the two Polish boats in 7 and 8, that's gonna guarantee them the win. Because 1, 2, 7, 8 is a losing combo for in the 4v4.
If you have the last two, is always losing. So at the moment, Japan 9085, it will be the target for all the Polish in the back. And I believe the 3 in the front should stop, try to let him go and go 3 versus 2 and try to give penalties. And penalty for JPN 95, this is should not happen for the Japanese that are risking more and more as the time is going on.
Yep, the Japanese need to focus on these two Polish because the two Polish are going to focus on Japan 985. That's the only way for each team to to get the win. We did see the penalty here on Tim Janik. They need to put a penalty also on Shidlo Finn.
Tim Janik is still in front of JPN 95, even with a penalty. Think about how much was costly that penalty on the downwind mark.
Yeah, and he went into the darker zone over there, so he had a little boost for a moment. The Japan 985 is doing the same thing now, as Shidlo Finn is going to place himself right above him, trying to put the penalty over here. This is going to be a tricky maneuver if they want to avoid the penalty, and it is a penalty from Japan 985 ramming into the back of Shidlo Finn. Meaning that his teammates...
both of Vegas and KGR are not trusting JPN, but I believe JPN has a hard time now to come back.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard. They need to put the penalty on Tim Janik. They need to put the penalty on Shidlo Finn to allow Japan 985.
Yeah, KUIC is waiting. Let's see if Vegas can cross in front of, can give a penalty to Tim Janik.
Nope.
And no penalty.
No penalty, but penalty, yes. It is a penalty on Tim Janik, taking 18 from KGR with the mark trap.
Yeah.
And they need to stay on him, slow him down as, Shidlo Finn is going to do the same
amazingly
to
done by
KUIC.
Shidlo Finn. Amazingly done.
And we see Vari over there who stopped in the reaching leg, who didn't cross the finish line.
Another penalty for Team Yannick, another penalty for Vegas. And this one is a win for Poland.
Yeah, Tim Janik managed to get in third despite having all these penalties. Well fought by Japan, but well defended by Poland. And unless something drastic changes, it's going to be a win for Poland as KGR takes a penalty as well from Shidlo Finn. Tim Janik crossing the finish line in front of KUIC. And Shidlo Finn crossing it in front of Japan 95, Vegas, and KGR. So 1, 2, 3, and 5 for the Polish, 4, 6, 7, 8 for the Japanese.
As you can see, the results was not true. They tried to stop the Polish with no success. But there was a 1-2 situation where the Japanese tried to stop the Polish. And now, I believe also everything started from an amazing Polish start, where the Polish have the opportunity to stay in the lead. They made a big mistake after the first upwind with a bad dial down, a penalty get from, I believe was Tim Janik. No, it was Shidlo Finn, and but after that, Shidlo Finn conduct an amazing race, stop in an amazing way. Japan 95 we give him like 3 or 4 penalties. That was actually the penalties for Japan 1985 are 8 in the last race. So was completely they were completely on him.
They were making sure that he stayed in the last position, and that was the good thing to do because they had 1 and 2, but they weren't guaranteed a good position at the start. Well, in the middle of the fleet. So Shiloh Finn definitely put in the work there to penalize Japan I-5, as Void 11 does say it in the Twitch chat. And well, we're in 10 seconds. We're gonna switch over to the 5v5 Ilka.
Yeah.
Which is a newish territory for both teams, only played during the knockout stages. We'll go over the team performances in the previous quarterfinals and semifinals right after the start has been given.
We are missing a Japanese boat at the moment.
Well, we have, so it's Yuko.
No, we have now. Yeah, Yuko.
Yeah, he's in but not moving. So I just want to make sure that they are in control of their world boat. And Alex K29 in the chat. Yes, really well played.
Guys, what do you think is going to happen? Is going to be a victory for Poland, so 5-3, or is going to be a victory for Japan, going 4-4 and fighting on the 3v3 on the last match?
I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking the chat.
Well, you know, obviously for the show, I would like a Japanese win for the 4v4 so that everything is decided on the last race.
Yeah.
And well, so far that's a reverse of what happened in the round robin stage, where Japan won 4-3, and now this is a 4-3 in favor of Poland.
Okay, I think everybody's in. I will give the start.
Let's go for it.
And the Hilka 5v5 is a really, really nice boat. Is a really, really nice race. I can see Alex 29, I believe is Kowalski, right? Alex 29. And so
and well,
they're trying to steal some strategies that worked.
Well, Alex K will likely be playing tomorrow if he's selected in the team roster. But there's no reason why he shouldn't. In the quarterfinals,
also because he's a second captain.
Also because he's second captain, true. 5v5 Ilka in the quarterfinals. Japan won that race with 19 points. And in the semi, they also won against Italy with 20 points. So they average at 19.5, and they have 100% win rates in this race, though they've only played twice. Poland, on the other hand, have won their quarterfinals in this race, but have lost in the semis against France in that race. So they only won 50%.
To be honest, I see it's really difficult to understand what is the start. Even a 5 seconds seems a better start from Japan, but a penalty for Vegas here, but 2 boat out for Poland? No, 1 boat out.
One boat out and one penalty on Korba, as he was trying to cross the finish line near the pin end next to Yuko. But it is a strong start for the Japanese squad.
With only La Jefa that can create havoc on the Polish team, but there is a massive left-wing shift coming. So I believe the group of Aim, Ozil, and Yuko are going to get a huge advantage for that. And as you can see, they have the left-wing shift. They are attacking, and they get the 1-2-3 lead here.
Yeah, they even have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see how that changes, but Romansky is slightly gaining on Ivario, but not that much. But that 1, 2, 3, 4 wall of blue sails in front is definitely something that they can use and control the rest of the fleet with. They have the middle of the course. And so if Ivario is going to be the last one to enter the mark zone, he's likely going to try to put a mark trap over here, because is 1, 2, 3 enough for a guaranteed win in a 5v5? No, it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 5 actually.
1, 2, 5 is a guaranteed win.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 is not a strong combo, is a super strong combo, and
Yep.
having Ivario there that can create a stop and make mark trap and create havoc. This is another really bad start from Poland. And this one, I told you, was difficult to say, but I thought was Japan in the lead, and I didn't expect that much in the lead. But the two penalties, the both starting off and the penalties on the start, they were they were killing the Polish team. Only one penalty on the Japanese team, only on Vegas, and having the left hand side with that left wind shift coming. Definitely a good plus for the Japanese. Let's see if they can actually do a nice round marking, because here they're like kind
Yeah.
of two
They're all
packs
gonna
over
arrive at the
there.
same time more or less, so watch out for the friendly fire. Nice communication between them. Ozio staying on the outside. Yuko
And
has enough
Ivario,
space. Haifa JBA takes the penalty here from Ivario, putting in the work on the mark trap. Second penalty on the Polish on Romanski D by Ivario. Vegas taking a penalty though from Zimus, who by doing that touched the mark. And Ivario is still going to try to slow down as much as he can the remaining Polish boats, as the top three are gaining meters over here, obviously reaching this downwind first, and with the wind pressure in their favor, is going to put in some distance.
so are we going to start to think about the last race, or?
We're not going to start to think about the last race yet, because we never know what can happen. But we have like a 220-meter lead between the top three and the
Yeah.
fourth.
This is, I say, a 99% win from the Japanese. Something can still happen. And at the moment, as you can see, even there are not too many battles. There is just a battle between Vegas and Vari, the two captains. I believe it's just for the honor here, to being the captain and fighting for not being the last.
Yeah.
But even here, Vegas is stopping Zemupa, that is the other Polish captain. So two Polish captain, I guess, one Japanese captain.
He has sandwich between the two of them, so he's gonna. What's the expression over here that you said last time about bouncing between penalties?
Yeah, it's they are slapping him around.
Yeah.
But works better on a boat like J70, where the cover is not in front of you but on the side, kind of
Yep.
more on the side-ish. But as you can see, here's the battle between Vari and Vegas.
No penalties given, but they do maneuver a lot. They are dancing around each other quite a bit. Um, and well, in front we see smooth sailing. No one really attacked anyone, so Vario is gonna beeline towards that downwind mark as Vegas and Vario keep
Yeah,
fighting over here at the back.
yeah. Natsuki against Krzysztof.
Yeah. It's actually, I was gonna say, not really. Well, it's very good for the Japanese managing to take that distance, because they can now catch that wind pressure coming in for the downwind side, for the upwind side of the leg, whereas the rest of the fleet is staying in this almost empty wind compared to what we can see on the mini
Yeah.
map. We're at the top of your screen over there in the darker zones where the Japanese are.
Oh, penalty to Krzysztof.
Penalty to
And
Vari from Vegas. Vegas is going to reach that mark first, gain a bit of meters, and we're likely going to see the rest of this duel in the upwind. Meanwhile, Ivario lost his fourth place to Formansky, but no big deal because they still have 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
And we saw the splits with Formansky continuing to go on the left side of the course. He's going to catch the wind pressure. But up there, the Japanese are doing the same. And what's
So
happening with Vegas and Barry at the back over here? Well, they didn't stick to each other. Barry decided to go on the left more. Vegas stayed a bit on port before attacking. And we still have that 120, well, it's now 120 instead of 220 meter lead from the top three compared to the fourth.
So tell me, how happy are you on this situation? Because now we're going tied up 4-4.
Gonna wait until they cross the finish line.
Yeah. I know. Don't
But
jinx
no,
it.
if nothing else happens over here, and it looks like pretty set now, it's gonna be hard to jinx it. I'm happy that we're gonna have a draw out of 4v4, meaning that the last race is gonna decide who gets the bronze medal.
Yeah.
Between these two teams. So last year it was Japan who won. As I said, it was 5-4. So it could be again this year, or it could be the reverse and Poland winning 5-4 in the last race. We will see how this plays out. It is a 3v3 F50.
Yeah.
So with the
And
F50, Poland won the previous 4v4, but in the 3v3 Ilka, who was it that won? It was Poland as well. So Poland winning on the boat and on the fleet side. Sorry.
okay, so you're betting on Poland, right?
Well, according to if stats
okay.
can
You
say
bet on
anything.
Poland and betting on Japan, so we're good.
But we'll then compare to how these two teams performed in the quarterfinals and in the semifinals as well, because I think according to that it is in favor of Japan.
That's true. That's really true. Here we have the result though coming with 1, 2, 3, 5. Amazing amazing start from the Japanese. Amazingly done on the first mark by Iwario, and Vegas Natsuki beat Christoph Vari on the captain versus captain competition. So it was definitely a full win for the Japanese here.
Yeah,
and
well,
go for the tie.
We're tied at 4-4 now. We're gonna head over to the last race, the 3v3 F50, in just a minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, I put 1 minute more to give them the time to concentrate, to be ready, to have the mentally to have a little bit less rush on starting and be more calm, be more relaxed. I know this in the last one, the heart is beating so fast, the adrenaline is so high, and that if anything happen, you're here, or the winner or the loser, everyone, the winner takes all here, and
no pressure, says
exactly,
Maradoni.
no pressure. So guys, in the chat, I'm rooting for Japan, and obviously here Oscar, the stats guy, is rooting for Poland.
wait, because I'm gonna give you the rest of the stats, because the rest of the stats are gonna go in favor of Japan. Japan winning their race, both of their races. Well, actually, I'm not sure, so we're gonna confirm that in just a second. As I get them, 3v3 F50 is gonna start in just 13 seconds.
And what the chat is
the winner takes
not
it all.
Rooting for, but who do you think is going to win?
In the chat, press 1 if you think Japan wins, press 2 if you think Poland wins.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's wait for KUYC to be back in the racing area. And so 1 is Japan,
1
2
is
is
Japan,
Poland.
2 is Poland.
3, 2, 1, go. Guys, it was an amazing final, whatever it's happened right now, and please give us more spectacle even here. But really, congratulations to both the team on what they've done so far.
Well, we see more 2s than 1s. Looks like chat is going to root for Poland above Japan. So more stats. 3v3 F50, Japan and Poland both won their quarterfinals and semifinals with the 3v3 F50. Slightly better average for Japan, who won with 6 points in the quarterfinals and 8 points in the semis, versus Poland, who won with 8 points and 8 points. So 7 points in average for Japan and 8 points in average for Poland. But as I said, in the previous F50, it was a Polish win, and in the previous 3v3, it was a Polish win as well.
Eh. This is a tough one, huh?
And it's all we're gonna hope for a good start from both teams, but the start is gonna decide a lot of it. 7 seconds to go.
Penalty to Antila Aquila. Seems a good start from Japan, but Slidelo Finn over there is ready to create some havoc. He has the inside over KGR, and no, he doesn't have the inside anymore, and he's doing a mark trap.
Yeah, he is going to put the penalty on
KS.
KUYC. That's going to allow his teammates to take second place. Japan with the 1 and 2 in the 3v3. It is well, 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 is a winning combo. So Japan need to defend their 1 and 2 spot. Let's see, the Polish are going to have to try to do their best to get them out of there. As the Japanese each go on their separate marks. Shiloh Finn and Tim Janik are going to follow Japan 95 at Teal Kila is going to follow KGR.
Probably Team Yannicka is gaining a lot because he can go deeper and get a better right wing ship, but I'm not sure. To be honest, right now is really, really difficult to calculate what is going to happen, because I believe the Slidelo Finn is getting a little bit more. As you can see, he gained a lot of Team Yannick, and actually I would have ducked down as a Team Yannick rather than slowing down Slidelo Finn, because is Slidelo the one that can get KGR, and let's hope to see something happening, because at the moment is definitely a win for Japan, with a Slidelo Finn really, really close to KGR. It's really, really close. Penalty for KGR at the moment is a swap between Japan and Polish, who is going to win the race.
Well, KGR still clinging on that third place, and as I said, that is going to be Tim Janik stealing the third place from them, meaning that the Polish now have 2 and 3. So if they have 2 and 3, they need to stay away from the 6th.
Yeah. I believe a mark trap here from Slidelo. Yeah.
Shiloh Finn slowing down, putting the mark trap on KUYC. Hopefully that's going to be enough for Antila Kila to take the spots.
Yeah, but the problem is Antila is following KGR. She should be splitting away. A small mistake here from the female player from Poland, because at the moment KUYC is going 45 knots, while Antila is going 40. Is stable at 44. Let's see if she can cross. She doesn't have the right of way, but she jabbed in front of his opponent, and at the moment is still victory, though, for Japan, because they have 1-3, because Slidelo Finn doing the mark trap on KUYC lost the third position. So 1-3 Japan at the moment. Everything is in the hand of Team Yannick, that is coming back to cover KGR. Let's see if we can do it successfully. Massive right way shift is coming, so Team Yannick definitely have a good opportunity here. KUYC is still in the last position, even if Antila Aquila has some issue, but at the moment seem a better situation for the Japanese.
Every time I see KGR getting close to that boundary, it's like he's at the last second turning and not taking the penalty from being out of bounds. It is so close every time. I wouldn't risk it that much.
I totally agree with you. Let's see what's going to happen here between KGR and Team Yannick and Slidelo, with KGR forcing the tuck on Slidelo, but Team Yannick is slowing him down, the Japanese captain, in an amazing way.
Yeah, Tim Janik is going to ease his cells as well to try to force KGR into him and gaining the penalty. And doing a good job of trying to slow down KGR. Japan 985 is going to reach the gates soon. KGR now
believe,
surrounded by Polish players.
yeah, I believe a big error here by Team Yannick. He should have dialed down on KGR and giving me a penalty.
Well,
At
I
the
don't know
moment,
because
though, Aquila,
Japan still has still has the 6th place.
Yeah.
And Poland now has number 2 and 3. So just as long as Attila Aquila does not finish in 6th, they're good to go. And
Penalty for
KGR
KGR.
taking the
Penalty for
penalty.
KGR. This could be the victory for Poland. This could
What is
not.
Japan 985 going to do? He's going to cross and go straight towards the finish line.
Yeah, but KUAC is attacking Antila Aquila. Let's see. Penalty
Putting
for
the
Slidofin,
penalty
too aggressive.
putting the
Penalty for
penalty on
Antila
2 of
Aquila.
the Polish players. That's going to allow him to go in front of both. Slidofin is going to be overtaken by KGR now, and maybe Attila Aquila. No, Attila Aquila is going to defend against
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late because KUIC is going to take 3rd place. 1 and 3 is a winning combo. KGR going to maybe take that 4th place. It's going to be tight between Shadowfin and him, but taking that 4th place, and it's going to be 1, 3, 4 for the Japanese. 2, 5, 6. That was a last-minute change. We love to see it.
Oh my God, what we experience here! How we cannot have like a million people looking here. So unlucky. Amazing Japan. Amazing race by both the team for all the events. I have to say, guys, this one was one of the most amazing final I've ever seen. Swapping like 5 or 6 times who is going to win. Massive penalty changes. If you're still on the graph, if you're still in the game, please go to the race legs chart.
Sorry, I left it.
No worries. It's amazing. It's like everything going up and down, up and down, up and down, again and again. It was an impressive last race. I'm putting in the race chat if in the score of the race just to keep it, because KUAC started 4th, then 2nd, then 5th. Then 3rd, then 6th, then 3rd again, and then 4th, and then 3rd. This is the path of KUAC during this race, from the best to the worst in few seconds. KGR did the same, started 1st, then 2nd, then 5th, then go back 3rd, then go last, and then go back 4th. So it was insane. It was really, really amazing, and I want to say congratulations to both the teams. They gave us an amazing show today.
Yep, I can only agree with what you're saying. That was an amazing last race. That was an amazing final in general. 5-4 is what we could hope for as a spectator, with the last race deciding the victory. And well done to Japan for winning the bronze. Well done for Poland with a nice battle. Unfortunately, Poland did not manage to win against Japan in the bronze final like last year, but what a show that was. I don't think it's been ever that close. And well, next up is going to be the grand final. That's going to be tomorrow, January 26th at 8 p.m. UTC. Same channel, so stay tuned for that. And well, we're going to see, you're saying that it's the favorites versus the title. Basically, Italy is a champion of 2023.
Yeah, and France is a champion 2022, I believe. So I think is a battle of the champions is the last final. The two teams have still an amazing team here facing for tomorrow. So great champion. I think there will be, if I'm not mistaken, Pepito is not in France anymore. So this one could be a slight disadvantage from the French team. But this
we'll see the roster. Yep, we'll see who shows up tomorrow.
Yeah,
in the squad. Obviously, both teams are going to try to strategize, see which player matches the best against the other player. But for today, it is a victory for Japan after this amazing match. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations for Japan. I see a lot of that in the chat. Crazy second leg says Donnie, well done Japan. Clays physical congrats to Poland. From Rick and Gato, thanks for the live. See you soon. Ciao Alberto, ciao Oscar, hug. See you Gato. And
See you guys. And
we're gonna close it over here tomorrow. France versus Italy at 8 p.m. UTC. Do not miss that. That's gonna be a hell of a final as well.
Yeah.
And this has been Oscar, your host, with Alberto, and see you all next time.